Guys, I want to share with you one of the most important tactics and tools in communication. How to respond to people. I will equip you with necessary tools to speak confidently and knowingly. There are some tools in speaking, guys, that I want you to know. So, it was discovered by Robert Dilts, a very great guy in NLP. So, before we dive deeper into the sleight of mouth, let us talk about the types of communication. The first type of communication is called constructive communication. This is how friends communicate. So if a friend comes to you, um, if a friend comes to you from a low self-esteem, give me 1 second. So if a friend comes to you complaining or, from a position of weakness, if your friend complains and says, "Do you think I will pass this driving test? Do you think, you reply positively, "Yes, of course, don't worry, things will be fine." This is constructive. This is going to be constructive talk, just like friends, like usual people. The second type of communication is when people from a position of strength, confidence, give a statement. I want to learn English, for example. And you tell them yes. You reply positively. That's a good choice. Maybe I want to learn myself as well. So let's do it together. So two pluses, it's like let's do it together. Let's support each other, or let's go find a course. Let's study together. So it's called guru, like when you're together doing something. Or for example, when a person says, "Man, like I'm a really professional performer," you say you respond positively, and you either say, "Well, good for you," or you can say, "Man, that's nice. I'm also into this thing, and so we can do something together." Usually, it's a professional conversation. When people tell you something from a position of weakness, for example, a friend might tell you, "Do I look?" If she's concerned. She says she's looking fat, but she has been a pain in the ass. She has always been complaining, or she has always been this, low confidence. And no matter how many times you tell her to that she's okay, that she will be fine. I mean, it's an example, but if you respond negatively, it's called provocative answer. So if she says, for example, if she asks you, for example, "Do you think she's fat?" Right? And so you say, "Not only are you fat, but no one is going to even find you attractive. Even animals are going to get away from you. Like they will just you are so repulsive that no one likes to be around you." So this is negative, provocative response. You get under people's skin in order for them to stop behaving or to change their behavior. But of course, assuming you are doing it from a good and positive will, from a positive, from good intentions, not malicious vitriol, um, you can respond to that. If people say, for example, "Hey man, I don't know, I procrastinate," and so if you have been back and forth with the person, you can respond provocatively. You say, "Yes, you procrastinate. You are a lazy person." So that's it. No more of this caressing and positive talk. The last one, and it's usually when people have problems. What's happening is people from a position of strength. Um, People from a position of strength say something negative. So, for example, neighbors. A neighbor can, for example, neighbor A. Let's make an example. Neighbor A and neighbor B. So neighbor A tells neighbor B that they will call a police because they have a barking dog. So this is a positive state. I mean, this is a statement from a position of strength, confidence. They're going to call a police. Now, neighbor B is going to respond negatively to undermine their confidence, to destroy their statement, their confidence, and to diffuse the situation. I mean, be careful because this might escalate. But in our example, he's going to say, for example, he's going to reply and say, okay, you're going to call the police, and what will you say? Will you tell them that the dog barks? You might as well call 5 times. You might as well call special police forces. What are they going to do? Don't you think that you will look stupid as always? For example. So the answer is made to undermine their statement. This is usually when people destroy someone's confidence. For example, it can be another situation. So imagine someone is in a toxic friendship. And so this person tells them, hey, I want to learn Spanish. And the friend says, no, you not. No, you won't. Even if you try to learn it, you will not make it. I mean, I know you are not the type of person who would like to learn languages. So their response will undermine this positive or confident statement, and it will diffuse the situation. So those are the 4 types of communication. You need to know when to respond. So you need to know exactly when to use those things. This one is called destructive conversation. You need to equip yourself to know exactly how to respond. The next thing I want to show you guys is sleight of mouth technique. So there are 14 language patterns that people use when they speak. Presidents use all 14. Regular person uses 5 to 7. Regular person. And so why are presidents able to mesmerize their audience and sound convincing? It's because they're equipped with all this professional speaking. When you ask them a question, they answer so good that the question is no longer relevant. So let me explain to you the sleight of mouth. Number 1. When you speak with a person, you either speak to them because you want to tell them that A equals B, or A is better than B, or A is worse than B. This is your main objective. You are here, the person is here. So you try to tell them A equals B. So yeah, you got it. And to get to this, to convince people or to be able to beautifully speak to them, you have 14 language patterns. So the 14 patterns are, let me start with number 1. Number 1 is going to be, let's say, it's a beautiful thing that you have to actually, so you can find it online, or I will leave a link below. It's actually a map. When you see it, you kind of remember it. But so we have this stone of Moses. We have dominoes. We have 2 arrows. Okay, let us start now. Okay, give me 1 second. Football, soccer ball. Okay, so some of the ways, or some of the, okay, so let me start with, okay, hierarchy of criteria. This is one of the very, they're all important, but hierarchy of